Imagine watching the Olympics or a badminton tournament. You see Denmark, and then suddenly Chinese Taipei. But here's the strange part. There's no country called Chinese Taipei on the world map. So who exactly are these athletes representing? Let's uncover the mystery. After digging deeper, a surprising truth appears. Chinese Taipei is actually Taiwan. But then another question appears. Why not simply call it Taiwan? And why does Taiwan sometimes call itself the Republic of China? 3 names, 1 place, and a political story that stretches across wars, revolutions, and modern geopolitics. So today, let's unravel one of the most fascinating identity puzzles in international politics. Taiwan, Republic of China, or Chinese Taipei, who uses what? The island we commonly call Taiwan actually has 3 different identities depending on the context. First is Republic of China, or ROC. This is Taiwan's official constitutional name, used by the government based in Taipei. If you look at passports issued by Taiwan, you'll see the words Republic of China. Second is Taiwan, the name most people across the world use informally. Many countries and media outlets refer to it simply as Taiwan. Third comes the unusual name Chinese Taipei. This name appears mostly in international organizations and sporting events such as the Olympic Games. The term was created as a political compromise. It allows Taiwan to participate internationally without triggering diplomatic conflicts with mainland China. So depending on the situation, the same place can be called Taiwan, Republic of China, or Chinese Taipei. But how did this complicated naming system begin? For that, we must go back almost a century. The historical roots, China's civil war. The story begins in the early 20th century. At that time, mainland China was ruled by the Republic of China government, founded in 1912 after the fall of the Qing dynasty. But by the 1940s, China was engulfed in a civil war between 2 rival forces. One side was the Kuomintang, led by Chiang Kai-shek. The other side was the Communist Party, led by Mao Zedong. In 1949, the Communists won the war and established the People's Republic of China in mainland China. The defeated nationalist government fled to Taiwan. From Taipei, they continued claiming to be the legitimate government of all China. For decades, both sides insisted they represented the real China. One government ruled the mainland, the other governed Taiwan, and the world was forced to decide which one to recognize. Who claims what and why? Today, the situation remains politically sensitive. The People's Republic of China claims Taiwan as a breakaway province that must eventually reunite with mainland China. Beijing insists there is only one China, and Taiwan is part of it. On the other hand, Taiwan operates as a self-governing democracy with its own government, military, currency, and elections. However, Taiwan has never formally declared independence from China. But why? Because doing so could provoke serious military tension with Beijing. As a result, Taiwan maintains a delicate balance. It functions like an independent country in practice, yet its official status remains disputed internationally. 5. Geopolitical impact. This ambiguity creates one of the most sensitive geopolitical flashpoints in the world. Countries that want diplomatic relations with Beijing must follow the One China policy, meaning they cannot officially recognize Taiwan as a separate country. Because of this rule, only a small number of countries maintain formal diplomatic ties with Taiwan. Yet many major powers still maintain unofficial relationships and trade with the island. The United States, for example, supports Taiwan's defense while officially recognizing the government in Beijing. This balancing act keeps the region stable but also fragile. Any sudden change in Taiwan's political status could have global consequences. Why Taiwan matters so much to China? For Beijing, Taiwan is not just a political issue, it is deeply tied to national identity. Chinese leaders view reunification as the final step in reversing the humiliations China suffered during the colonial era. Strategically, Taiwan also sits in a critical location in the Pacific. Control over the island would extend China's influence into key maritime routes used by global trade. And there is another major factor: technology. Taiwan is home to one of the most important semiconductor industries in the world. Impact on the global economy. Taiwan plays a massive role in the global tech supply chain. Companies like Taiwan Semiconductor Manufacturing Company produce advanced chips used in smartphones, computers, artificial intelligence, and even military equipment. In fact, Taiwan manufactures a large portion of the world's most advanced semiconductors. If production from Taiwan were disrupted, industries across the globe could feel the shock. Automobiles, electronics, and even medical devices rely on these chips. This is why stability in the Taiwan Strait is considered critical for the world economy. Attempts at dialogue and cooperation over the years, there have been periods of dialogue between Taipei and Beijing. Economic ties have grown significantly. Trade, tourism, and business exchanges increased during the early 2000s. However, political trust remains limited. Talks about reunification or independence continue to face deep disagreement. International organizations have occasionally tried to facilitate peaceful engagement, but the issue remains unresolved. Interesting facts and data about Taiwan. A few fascinating facts make Taiwan even more remarkable. Taiwan has a population of around 23 million people. Its capital Taipei is known for the iconic Taipei 101, once the tallest building in the world. Despite its limited diplomatic recognition, Taiwan ranks among the world's most advanced economies. It is also one of Asia's strongest democracies and a major hub for high-tech manufacturing. Yet Taiwan is absent from many global institutions because of the political dispute with Beijing. So the next time you see athletes competing under the name Chinese Taipei, remember the story behind it. It represents Taiwan, officially known as the Republic of China, participating under a diplomatic compromise. 3 names, 1 island, and a political story shaped by history, war, identity, and global power. Taiwan's future remains one of the most closely watched issues in world geopolitics. Because what happens in this small island could influence not only East Asia, but the entire world. And sometimes, a simple name on a scoreboard reveals a story far bigger than the game itself. If you enjoy content that explains geography, geopolitics, and the hidden stories behind nations, don't forget to subscribe and explore more videos on this channel.